Okay, so it's the night before my track day tomorrow. Everything is done. There's some jobs I wanted to do to the car, mods and stuff, a few upgrades I didn't get time to do, but I always find it's more important to get the really essential stuff done, like don't forget anything, make sure your car is actually roadworthy, topped up, everything's checked over before you even leave, because obviously that's more important than chucking some extra bits on there, like my rear anti-roll bar and stuff. It's going to, yes, make it handle better, but it's also not going to do anything to get me there in one piece. So it says 2 hours on Google. I'm pretty certain it's going to take me longer than that. I may stop halfway just to check everything's okay, because this car's never gone more than about 20 minutes. I've never drive it very far, really. So I'm assuming it's going to be a bit more than that. I have to be there for 9:45 for the briefing, but I'm aiming for 9 o'clock, just so I can chill out a little bit before that. So the next time you see me will be inevitably be about 6:45 in the morning, looking slightly worried and slightly tired before we head off. Now, after this episode, I'm going to do a rundown of what you should take, tips and tricks, stuff to take with you on a track day. So if you're thinking of doing something similar on a budget, I'm going to bestow upon you my very limited wisdom, because I've only been on a few track days, but I feel like I've always gone really well prepared. So yeah, car is washed, that it's packed. I've got not anywhere near as much stuff as I've taken the previous track days, because I realised I didn't really need it all. And we are looking in good shape. So wish me luck, keep everything crossed, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's a very bright 6:38 in the morning. I'm ready a little bit sooner than I thought, so I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go. So I'm going to fill up a jerry can of fuel, so I don't have to worry about getting fuel later on if it uses up all the fuel that I think it's going to. Otherwise, the next time you see me, I'm going to be pulling up into the Curborough sprint track with any luck, unless for any reason I pull over for a quick break or something. But otherwise, yeah, wish me luck. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Well, I'm an hour in. It's going pretty good. 60 mile an hour is a bit of a stretch, I've got to be honest. But it's the sat-nav randomly changed, and it's taking me down like an A-road route instead, like completely opposite direction. I don't know why it did it. It must have been traffic, or maybe it just realised. This poor person, it's got no chance of doing more than 60, so it's took me down a 60 route. So I've got about an hour left. So yeah, I'm just stretching my legs, but I'm going to get cracking again, and I'll see you soon. Right, so I just got here. I've had my sandwich, I'm all fired up. Everyone looks like a good bunch of people has got here. The cars are wicked, I will take you around. You would have seen some in the little roll a few minutes ago. I am first in the queue because I am mad keen for it today. The Lemon did wicked on the way here, steady 60. The worst that happened was my indicator on the left hand side's flashing twice as fast now, but that is not a big problem. But I am warming up in the lane, waiting for the go. I'm going to go out and absolutely cane it, but I'm going to take it steady, just see, get everything warmed up, make sure everything's all right. But wish me luck. Right, let's give this a little go. I have no idea if you can hear me. This is a wicked little track, so we're going up round the outside first. So you do a full lap round the outside, and then we got to do a figure eight afterwards. That's that gone. So you may still be able to hear me. Well, apart from my camera falling off, that actually went pretty well. It's still pretty rolly. It's definitely going to need a lot of work. But I'm just going to quickly go up to the time, see what I got that lap. It was taking it pretty steady. We're going to watch a couple of other cars go. And then I'm going to go queue back up, maybe do a couple of hot laps. But there's some wicked cars here today. A little supercharged Mini just going by. Let's go and take a look. Right, so I've got a 154 taking it steady, and I think 154 was the fastest I did in the slug last time, so that's a good sign. So I reckon I'll go out this time, I'm going to give it the beans, and see whether we can make that a bit better. I reckon I can get under 150 easy. I think if I absolutely go out and paste it. But I want to see Duncan's coming up next. Duncan in his little 899 chink, so I'm going to stand up here. I'm going to film him going. Representing the chinks today, we got 3 of them. Got a battle of the Fiats to start already. Duncan's done a 154.2. I did a 154.9. So I'm going to go out and send it a bit more now and try and bury that deeper into the 53s. At least 52, I reckon. I reckon I can do that. Let's bang the helmet on. Now you may wonder why I'm talking to you over my steering wheel, but I had massive problems in the last video, as you would have seen, because it came flying off Murder Mount. So for now, I've got to go for my actual mount on the other side, which isn't ideal, but I think I'll do the job. Now we've got Patrick coming up in a second. 1 second, I'm just going to spin you around. There he is, tucked in at the front. Now Patrick is going to do a wicked job today. This thing regularly wins auto solo events. I mean, we just did a 154, but I think he did like a 136 or something last time with his 1.4 chink. I'm going to go watch it to see how the hell he manages to go that much faster, but yeah, cannot wait to see what time he gets on this one. He's definitely someone to chase today. Now remember people, going faster doesn't necessarily mean driving harder. You just got to try and be smooth and consistent and try and keep it facing forward for as long as possible. There's no good cranking brakes and turning steering wheels all over the place. I'm going to try and keep this one nice and smooth. I already know a few places I can make up some time. Right, let's do this. Doing it for the Fiats. So this corner's not too bad. It's a little bit tight. But stay in third round here though. Third gear seems to be pretty well matched. I do a little bit of left foot braking here just to help it out. Or I've gone a bit wide. That's all right though. There we go, right. Now we got to go back round and do a figure 8 this time. So it looks like we're doing the same lap. That's it, maybe not as hard this time. That's it, back up here. There we go, we'll keep it in third. There we go, come on, get that low 50. Now I'm going to go a bit deeper in this corner this time. Here we go, we've got a cut across here. And then back over around this last corner onto the straight. So we'll try not to mess this corner up. You don't have to do a lot of braking on this track really. You just got to keep it going. Come on. There we go, now that felt faster. But that was good, that was good. Absolutely, it needs that rear anti-roll bar for sure. It still leans way too much and the front needs to come down a little bit. But otherwise, no, I think it's gone well. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a rest, I think. Go watch a few more cars, see how they get on. We need to go see what time Patrick did as well. So let me take my helmet off. We're gonna go have a little snoop. And we'll take a closer look at these cars in a minute as well. There's a lot of nice ones here. Just look at that naughty back end. That's an LS powered MX-5 and it is sick. Right, I am running at a 157 at the moment, which I'm honest with you is terrible. I'm actually a little bit disappointed in it. Duncan is doing a 151. I'd like to think that it's not me. I consider myself to be a pretty quick driver. There's definitely some room for improvement, but also the car's struggling. Like the chassis on it is just not up to scratch. So when we get back, if for any reason I don't sell this car in the near future, which I did plan on, time for some chassis upgrades. That rear anti-roll bar is definitely needed. New rear shock definitely needed. Camber bolts on the front definitely needed. Power is not my problem. It's actually going really good. It's definitely got more power than the Slug had, and obviously it's got that low ratio gearbox and stuff in it. But otherwise, everyone seems to be doing really good. The RX-7's struggling. Crankcase pressure, so he's getting a lot of oil coming out under his car. Not ideal. The guy from LiQWYD, is it LiQWYD, with the K24 carbon fiber Clio, you've probably seen him on YouTube. He's actually here in his MR2. He got a bit out of shape earlier on, span it out. But otherwise, it seems like everyone's doing really good. Patrick, in his mighty Cinquecento, has done a 138, and he's just gone out again. I don't know what he did, but he's one of the quicker cars here, which, given it's basically a bone stock 1.4 16 valve, is miraculous. He's just such a good driver. The car's so well set up and he knows it so well. He just does so well in it. So I'm going to go out and do another one. We're getting sort of nearer lunch. I don't want to push my luck. I'm doing all right for fuel. Everything's doing okay. A little top up of oil. No weird noises. We're not getting too hot. I'm not trying to kill the car. Obviously, I've still got to drive this thing home. So I'm going to take a break in a minute, have a little rest, let the car rest it out, check a few more things, have a little snacky. But let's chuck the old helmet on, stop nattering to myself, because I am by myself, and go and see if I can get this done a little bit quicker, shall we? Who knows? The only thing I will say though is, don't be like me. I was dead keen at the beginning, check my front tyre pressures, they were mint, and then someone mentioned the back of my car was kind of bobbing around weird when I was on the brakes. Check the tyre pressure, I had 15 psi on one side, and I had about 18 psi on the other side. Good times. Anyway, I pumped them up, I'm going out for another run. I'm taking the rather short walk up to the scoreboard. See how I did. I think apparently I did way better that time. My times are tumbling as I get used to the old boy. But the wildest thing is I just went out in Patrick Cinquecento, so anybody who don't know, it's a 1.48 valve. Again, auto solo. I probably said it loads of times, he's done the auto solo stuff in it. But man, that thing is mental. It's got no right being that fast for the setup that it's got and stuff. But I think Patrick is just a really good driver. He knows the car. Oh, I mean, he's doing like 138, something like that, 137, something like that. But freaking out. Like, he was just, yeah, I can't put it into words. Remember, when you come to these events, you'll come into them to have fun. So even if you've got a YouTube channel like me, obviously it's only a small channel, I appreciate it, but I try and make some good videos for you people. You need to have fun. Don't try and like ruin your day to try and capture it all, because making it look like you had a good time on your video is not having a good time on your video. So I will take as many videos as I can today, get home, and hopefully I'll get a good episode for you. But if not, I had a wicked time. So hopefully that you'll sleep better at night knowing that I enjoyed myself. But it is 1:30. I've got a long drive back and I really don't want to get stuck in traffic in my car. So I may just do one more lap, have one more run, which I know is don't say that, it's like saying I'll be back in a minute in a horror film. I'm going to do one more run, I'm going to pack up, see a few people I think, and then just make a head out, try and get back within a couple of hours. Anyway, wish me luck. Hopefully I haven't jinxed it by saying one more. Just put the toilet in the boot. Okay, no worries. Right, you're gonna have to wait for a breakdown till a little bit later because I am dead. Whew, but I made it. Now, it's actually been a couple of days since the track day. I've just been a bit busy. I haven't had time to sit and video this, but I'm here at last. And I'm going to start this off by saying, one, I know you've seen my face talking a lot in this video because I spoke a lot. It was a fun event. But what I'm also going to say is I might have sounded like I was being a bit down on the lemon, moaning about the chassis and stuff. I'm a competitive dude. You know, I was evaluating why I was so far off the mark. But actually, yes, it needs all the things that I said for sure for it to be more competitive for the actual power and stuff that it's got. But actually, I can't complain. The thing did amazing. Considering, like I said in the video, I barely drove that more than 8 miles at a time, if that. I drive it 15, 20 minutes, buzz around in it all the time, always flying around in it, but never have I done any real hard driving or any distance. And I did 240 miles, did 6 sessions on the track, which I drove as hard as I felt like I could in it, again, with problems aside. Drove it home, all on one tank of fuel, still had fuel left over. It was faultless. I put a tiny little bit of oil in it. That was it. And even now, I drove it yesterday. It is fine. So, I mean, hats off to it. That car is wicked. And once I get all these final upgrades and stuff on it, with the anti-roll bar, the new shocks, the camber bolts, and a few other little bits, it is going to be wicked fun. And I've actually signed up, predominantly, as long as I'm allowed to go, because there's a bit of a short list of people that can sign up for these events, to the Curborough event later in the year. It's like in end of August, hopefully. And be able to put my money where my mouth is. Will it be faster? Will I enjoy it even more? Will it stand up to another 4 hours of being ragged on 60 mile an hour? Who knows? But anyway, that's enough of me talking in this event. Anyway, that's enough for me talking for this episode. Don't pay too much attention to the silver Cinquecento Sporting I just picked up in the background for an absolute steal. It is mint. It doesn't work, but it is mint. And I will show you that at some point. And lastly, I don't pitch it very often. I'm going to be getting a load more stickers soon. I've took my foot off the pedal completely with any of the merchandise and stuff. I'm going to get a load of stickers and they'll be cheaper than last time because I found a new place. And as well as the stickers, I rarely ever promote my actual clothing brand, which obviously I haven't got one on because I'm an idiot. But I'll put a link in the description. There are all kinds of One Out Racing t-shirts on there. I've got these HKS style One Out Racing tops. I've got the Slug Pit Stop Tribute. I've got the certified One Out Racing Lemon Mechanic, which, you know, let's face it, I am. And I've got the original logo tee as well. I also do these in a gold, and there's a load of other ones. There's loads of different colours. These are all mine that I've worn like 1,000 times, and they're all standing up to it really well. So testament to the quality. I really don't make very much money on these at all. It's a drop shipping company, so I have to end up paying through the teeth to get it done. But it's just great to see people wearing my merchandise. Every time I see it, it makes me buzz. So definitely go and check that out. Thank you for sticking by for what is essentially watching me have a great time at a track day and for getting to film other people's cars. And I will see you soon for the mini quad reveal, the Cinquecento video, and the lemon upgrades. All kinds of things. I even bought a stainless steel exhaust system for my VRS. Happy days.